Hello, my name is Dustin, aka Bosk,
And my name is Tony, aka Blaze.
and today on Evenly Matched we're going to be chatting about Smash Run and DLC in the new Super Smash Bros. For 3DS.
Yes.
Alright, yeah, game looks
Alright.
great. I'm super excited about it coming out.
Demo's on Friday. Demo's going to be super good.
Yep, demo is coming out this Friday on the 19th, so if you weren't one of the lucky few that got the Club Nintendo demo download, be looking forward to that demo on Friday because it is a lot of fun.
And I think your progress carries over, right? Isn't that right?
I'm still kind of confused on that one myself. Apparently some people with the Japanese demo said that they got their coins transferred from the demo to the actual game, but on Nintendo's website, like on their FAQs about the demo that's available now for Club Nintendo members, it states that coins will not transfer. So I kind of confused on that. I don't know if that's something that they would take out of the US version. That seems a little bit, it seems like kind of a dick move, but I don't know.
Well, your coins might carry over.
I'm hoping.
Fingers
I've
crossed.
got like over 2,500 now. I've been playing a ton of it, so it's a lot of fun.
I don't have any. So.
Friday,
Anyway.
man. Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
It's on.
All right. So
Talking about Smash Run.
yeah,
Smash
let's
Run.
talk about Smash Run. All right. So Smash Run, in case you don't know about it, is a mode exclusive to the 3DS version of Smash Brothers. What it is basically is it's very similar to if you ever played Kirby Air Ride. There was a mode in that called City Trial, where you and up to 3 other people would ride around in a city, basically run around, collect a bunch of power-ups. Then at the end of 5 minutes, you would be put into a random event. Sometimes it would be a battle, sometimes it would be a race, but it would just basically, your power-ups would carry over from the 5-minute city trial that you did into the battle or race that you had afterwards. So, every time you played it was a little bit different. Every time you played, stuff was random. So it was always kind of fun just to play it differently every time. Smash Run is very similar to that. So they've got one giant map on this mode. And
Is it only one map, or are there going to be different maps?
as far as I know, it's just one single map.
So you'll be able to memorize it and find where your stuff is. And
Right, but the thing is every time on that map, because there are doors that appear that have challenges inside the doors, or sometimes there's just free gifts, like a bunch of power-ups and stuff inside this door. There's treasure chests scattered across the map as well, but everything is always randomized. The map is the same, but locations for everything, treasure chests, doorways, enemies, everything is randomized every time you play. So essentially you have 5 minutes to run around this map with 3 other people, or 3 CPUs. Just run around the map, find as much as you can, power up your character as high as you can, and then at the end of the 5 minutes, then you get put into a few different modes. One of them is like a race, where you have to keep ahead of a line on the screen, and if you fall behind the line, you're automatically out. So, building up your speed works for that. Another one is a climb, where you have to jump as high as you can, keep ahead of the screen scrolling and stuff, and make sure not to fall behind. And then the third one is just battles. They have different types of battles and stuff too. So all your power-ups carry over into the battles.
see, I thought it was just like run around this maze, grab power-ups, and then fight each other. So there's different mini games too.
There are different mini games at the end, yeah. And each time when you play Smash Run, like there could be different things that happen during Smash Run too. Like you could get a bunch of giant enemies that just appear around you and start attacking you, or you could get bullet bills flying in from everywhere, coming in. Like everybody gets those events, and there's little notifications at the bottom of the screen that say incoming event, and this event starts happening and everything. So it's pretty cool.
So do you lose your power up if you get hit by something?
No, it's similar to standard Smash Brothers. If if your
Okay.
percentage is low, you're just going to get knocked around a little bit. But if your
Okay.
percentage is high, you'll start flying off the screen. Kind of similar to Subspace Emissary. If you played that on the Wii, you wouldn't, necessarily some hits wouldn't kill you, but they'd knock you off the screen a little bit. But it'd have to be like a really powerful hit, and you'd have to be really high in damage before you'd actually get sent flying off and actually get KO'd off the screen.
Okay. Interesting. See, I didn't really read up on that too much, and it sounds kind of neat. I mean, it sounds like a different variation of just fighting each other, beating each other up and stuff. So, what do you think about Smash Run?
I'm actually really excited about it. It was one of the modes that I was most excited for when they first started talking about the 3DS version because Kirby Air Ride, the city trial, my first times playing it, I thought this is pretty stupid. I wasn't playing with friends though. I was just playing by myself. I was playing with like one other CPU, and I'm just riding around in the city and just bashing into boxes and collecting stuff. I had no idea what I was doing. But then, once I got the hang of it, once I started reading up about it a little bit more and playing with some friends and stuff, it's a lot of fun because every time you'd play, it'd be something different. It's not something you can plan on. So you'd always have some different experience playing it, some new event that would pop up, or some certain things that would go into special places, or you'd see something pop up on the map and it was like a really powerful item, and everybody would just gun for it, and you'd all just start beating each other up in the map trying to get to this one item. So Smash Run itself looks a lot like that, and that's why I'm really excited about it, because City Trial was one of those things that a lot of people put a lot of time into, and I feel like Smash Run is going to be that same way.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about Smash Run, honestly. I don't like the way you're talking about it. Sounds like a really great mode. I think it's going to be awesome to play it. To play with with you and a couple other people and just kind of get in this like environment and fight each other and stuff. I don't think it's something I'm going to play very often, which is kind of the one thing that concerns me is that I didn't really get into Smash Brothers because of the whole story mode or anything like that, and this might be different because it might be a lot more fun. But I'm kind of worried that it'll be in the game, but I just won't go to it very often. And you said it's not online, right? Is that true?
Yeah, that's the part that actually gets me the most. Smash Run I was really excited for, but I think Sakurai just revealed last week, or maybe the week before, that Smash Run was not an online mode. So you can pretty much only play it with CPU players or local people. And that to me is really disappointing because,
It's disappointing, but I think that it's... A lot of times when I'm playing 3DS games, multiplayer like Mario Kart or even Smash Brothers, like I want the experience to be in the same room with me, and I want to be able to see my friend's face when I hit him in the face with my Master Sword, or something like that. I think that's cool, but it didn't seem like it'd be hard to include that in online modes too.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking too, because they already have, and from what I've seen from people playing the Japanese version, the online mode for the 3DS version of Smash Brothers is really pretty spot on. I know a lot of people complained about Brawl and talked about how it just, the online mode in it was a bunch of crap and it just lagged out a bunch of time, and we played it a few times and it was really laggy. But so far from what people are saying, the 3DS version is not that bad. Like, it's actually really good. Not much lag at all, and if there is, it's pretty, it's not really inconvenient. It's just there for a couple seconds and then it's gone. So that's why it kind of confuses me that they're not putting Smash Run in an online mode for the 3DS. I agree, being able to play with your friends and see them in the room and scream at them while you're doing all this stuff is going to be fun.
That is going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. But at the same time, I feel like Smash Run is not going to get as much use from me, at least, as it would have had it had online mode. Because
but you'll be able to play the regular game, fighting against each other, and I think that's, I think being good at the game is, it speaks for itself in some ways, and being able to fight other people online or just have fun online. You can still do that, just not in the Smash Run way.
Totally, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it is what it is. We're still gonna play it. You still get to play and fight each other Smash Run, or in regular Smash Bros. But just to me, it's a little disappointing that you won't be able to play Smash Run online. But not much we can do about it. Maybe, hopefully, in the future, they'll patch an online mode into it. Similar to how Scott Pilgrim actually put online mode into Scott Pilgrim. How beforehand it was only 4-player local, and a lot of people got mad about it. Maybe it's something they'll patch in with a future DLC patch or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's possible these days. So,
yeah.
You never
know.
Well, speaking of DLC, let's talk about DLC.
Right.
What do we got? DLC wise? What is potential for DLC? Which I think is kind of a good thing. Well, do we know what DLC is coming out?
Not so far. There's been a lot of rumors. There was an image that floated around on the internet a while back. They showed there was a card before Smash Bros. Got released. It was like one of those cards you pick up at like Target, like the reservation cards or something. And it said on the back of the card how many blocks were necessary for Smash Bros. 3DS, and it was something like 2.3 gigs, worth of blocks that you needed. Yeah, it's a huge game. But then when the game came out, people were downloading it onto their things and finding out it only took up like 1.5 gigs. So
and that this extra, 0.8 gigs is going to be some characters that are downloadable.
Characters, stages, yeah, whatever it is. So that image itself has been kind of floating around. Now, whether or not that's accurate, maybe they had a wrong count when they put out those pre-order cards, or maybe it is true. I mean, who's to say? We don't know. But there's a huge theory going on right now that there are going to be downloadable characters in the future, and it makes sense because what do we got so far? We got Mario Golf for the 3DS. It had DLC packs. It actually was like the first Nintendo game, as far as I know, that did like a season pass. So
yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, that's Mario Golf's gonna have that.
Yeah,
or has that.
Yeah, they're out. It's like 3 different packs, and you get 2 characters per pack plus like 2 courses as well. So Nintendo does DLC pretty well. And then we got Mario Kart.
Mario Kart 8
yep.
has, I think, probably the best DLC that I've seen. It's a great value, and you get tons of extra stuff in it. So I'm like, that's amazing. If they do DLC like that, they've got me. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, what is it, like $12, and you get, 6 new characters, 4 entire new cups, and 8 new vehicles?
Yep, that's amazing. Like, I'm saying, like, $12, what is that? $6 a piece, and you get all this extra stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Nintendo knows what they're doing. They're handling DLC very well, and I think it's making a lot of people happy because we see so many companies that do DLC, and it always feels kind of like a rip-off sometimes,
Yeah, like you're holding back some of the game to charge me for it later. That's kind of, it's questionable, I think, but some of that stuff's worth it. I mean, Borderlands did well, and a couple others did pretty decent with it, I think, but there's a lot of weird, questionable things that happen with it too. So I guess you get the best of both worlds. But for Smash, we've got, have there been rumors for characters?
There have. There's been some rumors going on before the game actually got released in Japan. There were rumors that 4 specific characters were going to be the final unlockable characters that we hadn't seen. If any of you had seen it before the game got launched, there was an ESRB leak, which showed off the current character select screen in its final form. So some people were under the impression that was it. That was all we were getting. And other people had kind of like some inside information saying that there was more to it, and that we were going to be getting 4 DLC characters. Now again, it's up in the air whether or not those characters are true, but there's been a lot of reports from people who supposedly work for Nintendo and have said that they've seen these characters in action, and were kind of confused themselves as to why they weren't in the final game. So thoughts are kind of leading up to these characters being DLC.
Which ones are we talking about here? We got
the 4 characters are Dixie Kong, who apparently would be pretty much just a kind of a clone of Diddy Kong.
She might have some hair fighting ability like Sindel from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, she does have the hair. She does the whip and everything.
And her coconut gun could fire in spurts instead
of... Second character would be Mewtwo, which is a returning fan favorite.
Fan favorite, yeah.
Everyone
wants Mewtwo.
It's so weird, too, because nobody played him in Melee. Nobody played him because he was just so terrible in Melee.
We all miss him. We all miss him, Dustin.
I know. But even as much grief as he got in Melee, he was still one of my favorite characters to play as. I loved him. So for me, I was really upset to see him cut from Brawl. But he was actually worked on for Brawl. He was part of the unfinished characters that were in the game's coding. So they were working on him. So it was really surprising to me to see that he wasn't in Smash Bros. 4 this time around like he was there. So if any character is going to be DLC, it's got to be Mewtwo. That's just, for me, it just has to be. There's not really any other options at this point.
Oh.
And then the last two characters were kind of the big ones. And I do mean the pun there. Ridley was the... Ridley, yeah. Most controversial character in Smash Bros. History, I swear.
You got to have another representation for Metroid. You have to have it. Because you only have one. I mean, I guess two if you count Samus and Zero Suit Samus as two separate characters, but...
They're the same character.
I mean, yeah, but... I mean, I don't know. Like, they definitely need more Metroid, representation in the game. And, I mean, Donkey Kong has, 2, 3 if you count Dixie Kong. And that's... They need more Metroid in the game, for sure.
Well, and a lot of people think that, Dixie being a clone would be... kind of a bad move, but at the same time it makes sense. But, it would be giving Donkey Kong that third representative. So I agree there. Donkey Kong needs it. And so does Metroid. I mean...
So does Metroid.
It's hard to think about because, I mean, you think about anybody other than Metroid. Who is there?
I still think the Bounty Hunters would be a great addition to Smash Brothers.
From Metroid Prime Hunters?
From Metroid Prime Hunters, yeah. There's a few of them that were really cool and that would probably work well. And... I know they're not like popular characters. They were only in one game, but I think they'd do all right.
I think they'd work well as characters, but I think you'd get a huge outcry of anger from fans that these characters that got into one game got in over Ridley, who's been like the main antagonist in most of the games.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what? Duck Hunt Dog is in the game. He was in one game.
Ice Climbers.
Ice Climbers.
Yeah.
They could reach into their endless hat of characters and pull anything out that they wanted. And, if it's done well, people love it. So.
Yeah, it is. Then the final DLC character was the Chorus Kids.
This one I'm very curious about. This one's interesting because I don't know how this is going to work. Whether it's rhythm based or whether it's Pikmin kind of thing.
And that's what I'm kind of wondering too, because so far, and this is what I really love about Smash Bros. 4. Some people may complain about the roster not having characters on it, but the roster that we've got some really cool characters.
We do. Like
every new character they introduce this time around has something really, really unique about that character and that character alone.
I do like that. They make every character unique enough, and they make them true to their game, which I think is awesome. Whether it's sound effects or movements or attacks, I mean, they don't ever do anything that's like, oh, that character would never do that. It makes sense. So
except for Pac-Man wearing arm floaties, but whatever.
He can't swim.
But so that's like Rosalina, for example. We've never had a puppeteer style character in Smash Bros. Before. So Rosalina is like our first puppeteer character. Little Mac is our first, really strong ground-based fighter, but really weak air-based fighter. He's got that whole cool dynamic going for him. So that's pretty neat. It's like we've got Villager, who's just got so many weird moves. Like he just feels so awkward and weird. His smash attacks are actually kind of nuts, but he can plant trees and he can pocket pretty much anybody. He can cancel Link's final smash with his pocket ability.
Oh, that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be awesome.
It's stupid. Like he's got a lot of weird things, and then we've got Mega Man, who is like the first character to have his standard A, his forward A, and his normal running A move be the exact same move. So it's you don't think it's that big of a difference, but when you play Mega Man and you've played a lot of Smash Brothers, Mega Man feels really weird because you're expecting him to have a forward tilt on the ground, and he doesn't. It's just his normal B button or his normal A button shooting, and it completely makes you think of him in a different way. It makes you think of your strategies completely differently. So every character I really like about this game so far, they all feel like they've got something unique about them.
And I think the Rhythm Heaven Chorus Kids, I think would, if that's a rhythm-based fighting style, and I mean I don't know how that would work exactly, but maybe it goes to the music that's playing in the background, like that would be crazy. And I don't know, maybe if you're on beat with the rhythm that your attacks are stronger. I don't know how that would work, but it's an interesting character to add into the game, and I'm very curious to see how that works out.
I think you're kind of hitting the nail on the head with what I was thinking on them too, is that they would be a rhythm-based character. You know, you don't have to do stuff to the beat of the music, but if you did stuff kind of like to the beat that they were going around and doing, then your attacks would be more potent. Now,
and the music, and they did talk about how the Final Destination levels are going to have different variations of music in it. That's why they did the different variations of Final Destination, so you could listen to all these different tunes instead of just the Final Destination tune that you always hear. So that, you know, maybe these characters are why they did that. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I think it was more just for variety, but that is, you know, it does come back to a good thought. But a lot of people have said that the Chorus Kids wouldn't work because there's 3 of them, and as most people know by now, the Ice Climbers got cut.
They're cut. They're gone.
They are gone. And there was a recent interview, which I'll link down below. I saw it on Joystick. I saw it on some other sites as well. That, you know, the Ice Climbers did get cut because of technical limitations, meaning the 3DS.
When we think about the Ice Climbers as being 2 individual characters that mirror each other, I mean, Duck Hunt Dog is kind of 2 characters too, but they work together to do all their attacks, and that could very well be what the Chorus Kids do.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. You know, it's like they wouldn't be like Nana and Popo where they actually like moved independently, like they could get split up and stuff. They'd all be together. They'd all be working at the same time. If they got hit, like all 3 of them would go flying at the same time. They'd be just hit in one group, or if they dodge, they'd all dodge at the same time. It wouldn't be they'd all be doing stuff individually. It would essentially be one character, but it would be a group of 3.
And with them in rhythm like that, I mean, they would be able to do that together anyway.
Right.
So, yeah. So that's going to be cool. I'm kind of hoping that these all come into play, because it does sound pretty awesome. You've not mentioned Snake though. What up with that? What up with Snake?
You know what? There's been no word on Snake yet.
Don't you tell me he's cut. I will cut you.
I know he's your favorite.
Well, let me ask you a question though. We talked about some of the characters that are kind of rumors, and you know, a lot of the rumors is true to a lot of rumors out there. But what about this Rayman trophy that we've seen in the game? Do you think that's a possibility for a character?
You know, that's like the weirdest thing to me. I don't understand why it's there.
It's Ubisoft. It's a whole different company that had nothing to do with the development of this game, and it's a trophy in the game. Maybe it's just a trophy. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe it's there to tease us or antagonize us or something like that. But you know, we see this screenshot for this trophy, and it's like, he'd actually be a pretty good character, I think, for Smash Brothers.
I think the only reason they included him was because Rayman Legends came out to the Wii U. Like, it was supposed to be a Wii U exclusive. But then it got, of course, you know, Ubisoft was like, you know what, we're going to make more money, we're going to put it on these other systems too. But I think maybe the intentions were pure in the beginning, so they decided, you know what, we're going to give them a spot in Smash Brothers. But it's still,
maybe,
it seems really weird to me that you would get the licensing for a character and then just put it in as a trophy. Like, it just, when I saw that trophy on the Smash Brothers website, on the Miiverse post, I was just floored. I was like, why? Why is he even in there if you're not going to use him?
What is this?
Yeah, it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but I mean, you know, whatever.
I mean, we'll see, I guess. I suppose you could add in as many characters as you wanted to Smash Brothers, and you could give it to us for $12 and give us 30 characters, I suppose.
Wouldn't we all love that?
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
So, other DLC, stages.
Stages, yeah.
I think that's an endless possibility for stages. You could you can go back to the vaults for Smash Brothers. You can make new stages. You can do all this other stuff to include new stages in the game, or reuse stages, or whatever the case is. And I think that's endless, and you can do anything with that as a developer.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, like with the stages that we have in the game right now, they're all pretty good. I do feel like there's a lot more brawl stages than I would have liked. Like, there's a lot more retro stages in there than I'm used to. But the stages that are in there are good, and the Final Destination versions of like every stage is really cool too. But what I would really like for them to do, like for a DLC pack or something like that, is just release like a DLC pack of maybe 3 or 4 N64 stages.
Oh yeah.
Like those classic ones. Hyrule Temple, everyone loves that stage.
I want the original Star Fox stage, because the one we fight on now is like, it's like kitty-sized Star Fox.
Yeah, why are all the characters giants on top of the Great Fox?
And like, it's weird because our wings have to come out of the back part of that, and Fox is so big, he couldn't fit inside he couldn't even fit inside the Great Fox, let alone an R-Wing. So I just want the original one where it's huge, massive arena to fight in. That'd be fun again.
Mm-hmm. Or remember the old Mario stage too, with the bumper in the middle that knocked people around.
I loved that one. That was so good.
Yeah.
The Mario one and the 64 one, you mean, right?
Yeah, that one.
Yes. Oh.
The Mario stage in Melee was good too, where you're fighting on top of Peach's castle.
That bomb, that Bullet Bill comes in and blows everything
Stupid
up.
Bullet Bill,
so
yeah.
Good.
Knocks people over into it.
It's like that thing eating you in the Pikmin stage. That's so fun.
That stupid thing.
Don't get blown up.
You always say don't get blown up. Don't run into the hammer. It happens anyway.
Always happens to me.
Yeah, but one last thing I want to touch up before we go is the thing that really ticks me off the most about this stage selection screen, and this is just me being OCD and anal, is just if you look at the stage selection screen in its completed form, it fills the whole screen up except for one black box at the bottom. And the item screen is the same way too. You can go and turn on and off items. And the item screen's the exact same way. They have all of these items on there. But there's one spot at the bottom that's blank. I'm like, you couldn't put the red shell back in there? Like, you couldn't get some item? Just put an item in there so you have a nice even amount. Like, same thing for the stage selection. Put an N64 stage in there. I don't care what you do. Just don't leave that one spot hanging. It's really weird looking.
Yeah.
So
I think they did that for you.
Just for me? Yeah, just to annoy me.
Yep, exactly. So also, for DLC, we've also got the costume possibilities. I mean, there's endless possibilities there to have costumes for different characters, whether it's Mario or Luigi or whoever it is. I mean, I want to see a tuxedo duck hunt. Let me tell you, duck hunt dog with tuxedo on, and the duck with the tuxedo on the duck too. That'd be awesome.
That'd be pretty cool. I don't know why they would do that, but that would be cool.
It's formal. Everyone has formal.
I do feel like there was some missed opportunities with costumes. Like, I'm a huge Pac-Man fan, so Pac-Man, I feel like, really got shafted on his alternate costumes. He literally wears arm floaties. He has never worn arm floaties in any game ever. And in this game, they gave him they didn't even change his color or anything. They just put differently colored socks on his arms. And that's his costume. So
does he have alternate colors? Is he like red Pac-Man?
No, they're all yellow.
Oh, just like Sonic.
Yeah, exactly. But worse than Sonic because his actual color doesn't change at all. It's just not even his boots or his gloves. The only thing that changes on him are these little arm floaty things. That's it. So mirror matches between Pac-Man characters are going to be really confusing. But they could have given him a Pac-Land hat. They could have given him a Miss Pac-Man alt. They could have given him a Professor Pac-Man, Junior Pac-Man. All it would have done was just like Pikachu or Jigglypuff, just put hats on him. Just different hats, and it would.
He's got a new hat.
He's got a new hat. He's a different character.
Yay!
So that I felt was kind of a missed opportunity. And there are a couple other characters too, like Luigi. They could have given him a Mr. L costume from Super Paper Mario.
Mr. L.
Yeah, it would have been really cool. They could have given Bowser a dry Bowser alt. I mean, none of these things would have been super extreme.
There's potential there to have some new stuff and have that downloadable. I think that would be awesome. I mean, Dry Bowser would be cool. I mean, Dry Bones was one of the coolest characters in Mario Kart just because he was just bones, just skin and bones.
Well, and they're putting the Dry Bowser in for the Mario Kart DLC. So I mean, who knows? Maybe they are coming out with DLC for these as costumes. I honestly don't think that's something they're going to do, but I could be completely wrong. I think if we get DLC, it's pretty much just going to be stages and characters. But
yeah,
they could always surprise us.
They could surprise us. They could give us 60 characters for $2. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, we covered a lot today, so I think we'll wrap it up there.
Yeah, I think that was good.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it for today, friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and tell us what you think in the comments below. You can also follow us on Twitter or email your suggestions at evenlymatchedvids@gmail.com. Thanks for watching.